Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new day of Road to TCG Worlds 2018. Thank you guys so much for being here. The White Snake, hello, thanks so much for being here. And Joel as well, thank you so much for joining me. It's gonna be in English today. I decided that there's definitely a very clear difference between the Spanish and English streams. So I'm gonna do English for today. And then I might do Spanish on Thursday probably, or maybe tomorrow, we'll see. But for now, we're gonna do English. I also understand that there's more interest in Expanded for English viewers than there is for Spanish viewers, because we barely have any Expanded tournaments anywhere outside of the United States. So, continuing our trend from yesterday, we will be using this deck. We're gonna be exploring Expanded. Today is Blastoise, and I actually decided to make it a non-Zoroark day today, because yesterday we had 4 Zoroark decks, I believe, and then Garbodor. So today will be purely non-Zoroark decks, some more fun than others, some more viable than others, but it should be fun. And hello Ria, thanks so much for joining us as well. So this deck revolves around Blastoise from all the way back to Boundaries Crossed, or even farther back. The ability Deluge is very similar to the current Magnezone that we have. The current Magnezone allows you to attach all the metal energy you want during your turn. Blastoise actually allows you to attach all the water energy you want. Oh, you got a Tablemon shirt, the White Snake. That's so cool. If you have a Twitter, definitely upload a picture if you can to show me. And thank you so much for your support. Okay, so the Blastoise has the ability Deluge. You get to attach as many water energy as you want, but in Expanded, we do have quite a few more tool cards in order to use or abuse this ability. First off, we are combining Blastoise with Archie's Ace in the Hole, which allows us to put a water Pokemon from our discard pile into our bench and then draw 5 cards. The drawback is we can only play this card if it's the last card in our hand. So the whole deck revolves around thinning our hand, getting the Blastoise into a discard pile, so that we can play Archie's and then get the Blastoise out immediately. No need to even play any Squirtle into the deck. So that's the logic behind this. And I just realized that Archie's has a Mega Stone right there. Do you see that on the Ankler? I had never noticed that. That's a pretty cute detail. But anyways, so that's the main idea. That's why we're running things like Battle Compressor, Superior Energy Retrieval, etc. And then for our attackers, we have 2 Keldeo EXs. Keldeo EX has the ability Rush In, where if it's on the bench, we get to promote. Keldeo, Bama Gambler, hello, thanks so much for being here, James, I assume. Thank you so much. And then we have Secret Sword, which deals 50 damage plus 20 more for every water energy you attach to Keldeo. So essentially, we get to deal as much damage as we possibly can with Keldeo, as long as we have enough energy. Now, we are also running 1 Wishiwashi GX. The Blue Surge GX attack is really good, really cost-effective attack. Torrential Vortex is not that great for the cost and the effect, but Wishiwashi is here purely because of Blue Surge, because it not only deals a lot of damage, but you get to conserve the energy and spread them out in any way you like. We're also using 1 Tapu Fini GX. It does give us access to Tapu Storm GX, but Hydro Shot is a very decent attack because Shaman EX is a very popular card in Expanded, and Hydro Shot coincidentally one-shots any Shaman EX that's on the bench. So it could be good to ensure that we get our last prize card or prize cards that way. Then we also have 2 Articuno, which with its trait Delta Plus, if Articuno manages to get a knockout on an opponent's bench, or on an opponent's Pokemon rather, you get to draw an extra prize card. So if we want to finish off a GX with Articuno, provided we flip enough heads, we would draw 3 prizes instead of the regular 2, or we can trade effectively 1 for 1, or 1 for 2 rather, against things like Joltex and Pumpkaboos, as long as we flip 1 heads, or we have the Fighting Fury belt attached, and therefore we gain advantage in the price trade-off. Now we also have 2 known to try and help us with the Archie's ace in the hole maths in the beginning. We also have 2 executes as well to make sure we are always discarding the right amount of cards and not wasting too many resources. And then we have the double Lele, which can search for Archies, and then we have the double Shaman, which helps us set up. Now, disclaimer, it's been a long time since the last time I played this deck, so I will probably end up making a few mistakes here and there when trying to get the Archies into play immediately, but I'll still try to do my best. And now in terms of support cards, we have the 2 Archies, the 2 Sycamore, 1 N, 1 Kuzma, and 1 Fisherman. Nothing new from Ultra Prism here. We could be playing Cyrus or we could be playing Cynthia. I feel like they're both underwhelming at best. I do feel like one Sudowoodo would be good here as an anti-Zoark measure. Otherwise your attackers are kind of weak to Zoark in a way. Wishiwashi with a Fighting Fury Belt is difficult to take down, of course. But yeah, I mean, we're not doing decks that I believe are good options for Expanded. We're just doing other kinds of decks that do not involve Zoark, because I know it probably gets tiring to see Zoark in every single video. Now, we have 4 Trainer's Mail, 4 Ultra Ball, and 4 Battle Compressor. All of those help us in setting up the Archie stays in the hole turn 1. We have the 4 Superior Energy Retrieval, which is a card that Magneson would absolutely love to have in Standard, but unfortunately it's not legal in Standard, where you get to discard the cards and you put 4 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. So it goes along very nicely with the huge amounts of energy that we need in order to attack with our attackers. 2 Rough Seas to heal residual damage. Computer Search is our ace spec of choice. And then we have 2 Fighting Fury Belt and 1 Float Zone for tool cards. So let's jump into the ladder. And as you can see, these are the 4 decks that I've prepared for today. Some 2 aggressive decks in Blastoise and Carburetor Toolbox. And then I'm gonna feature Sylveon, which I actually think is decently viable at the moment, especially with Zoark being so prominent. And then we're gonna see Shocklock, which is one of the most talked about decks. It's a very innovative concept by one of my good friends, Ross Cotton. He's the original inventor of the deck, and it really takes some next level creativity to come up with something like this, I believe. Okay, so we're gonna look for another opponent and we'll see how this goes. Okay, so it's taking a while to find an opponent. Modeling Corgis, hello. Thanks so much for being here. Thank you so much for stopping by. And there we go. We find a fire type opponent, which is obviously really good as we will have the advantage. So maybe these games will end up being like fun games, but that's okay. It's still good practice, I think. Okay, so we actually get a pretty good hand. We are going second, so let me think. I definitely don't want to start with Lele. I have the Ultra Ball. I'm pretty sure I can very easily get my hand down to 1 card, right? I should be able to. So I'm gonna start with the unknown. I don't start execute because there is a risk of Hypnotoxic Laser plus Burbank City Dunk on my poor execute, and this actually happened to me twice in round 1 at Dallas. And we're up against a Lele, so that's fine. We're gonna see a DC, an Ultra Ball. It is a Carburetor deck with some sort of fire type Pokemon. I would assume this is Espion Garb then with Flareon. That would be my my initial train of thought, and it'll be interesting to see if my opponent goes for an N here, a potential Cynthia, or if he sets up with Bridget. But no, he decides to go with the N. So not sure what my opponent's hand looks like. Probably didn't have any other supporter card. But this does ruin our chances of getting the Archie's ace in the hole on turn 1, except not really, because the hand we just got is actually perfect for that. So let me think this through. The Lele gets me the Archies. I can bench the Keldeo, I can attach the energy, computer search can find me the compressor to get the Blastoise in the discard pile, so we should be good here, I believe. Let me just double check. I bench this, I get the Archies, and I'll have Archies execute computer search, Trainer's Mail, Ultra Ball, and the water. Okay, let's go through this slowly. Garbotoxin, of course, is a nuisance, especially because we don't have any field blowers. So our goal here is to attach as many energy as possible, as quickly as possible onto our attackers. Whilst being careful of not running into a Lele knockout or something like that. So there's the Archies. Now, I believe I can Ultra Ball away the water and the Trainer's Mail. I feel like that's overdoing it. I think, okay, I'm gonna play the Trainer's Mail. Probably won't be grabbing anything. Well, I'll grab the Fighting Fury belt actually. And then I computer search away the Ultra Ball and the execute for a compressor, get the Blastoise into a discard pile, along with potentially more energy for Keldeo. Yeah, I think this is good. I believe I'm doing this correctly. So let's do this, and then let's computer search. Basically, there is a universe where I get enough energy in the discard pile in order to knock out the Lele on turn 1, which would be really, really amazing. Okay, so we definitely want to get rid of the Blastoise. We already have one execute, so the question is, how many energy do we need? We need 6 energy. That doesn't seem likely, actually, to get the knockout on the Lele. So, I think I'm just gonna do this. See, if I draw into Superior Energy Retrieval, that would be really nice. That's why I'm considering discarding the 2 energy. I think I will, actually. Just because of the threat of Garbotoxin Garb. Okay, so there's the energy on the Keldeo, and there's our Archie's ace in the hole. Hello Joel, thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, so we did get the Superior Energy Retrieval, and we also have a Shaman, which is very nice. We currently have 2 water energy in the discard pile. Let's Trainer's Mail, and we shall hit an Ultra Ball. Do I want the Ultra Ball? Yeah, I think I do want the Ultra Ball. Okay. So, off of the Ultra Ball, I could potentially get the Wishiwashi to get the knockouts. That, well, no, Wishiwashi needs a ton of energy as well. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, I would need even more energy. I will still Ultra Ball though. And I will grab, I mean, I could grab Articuno simply because if I finish off the Lele with Articuno, like I hit with Keldeo and then I finish it off with Articuno, that could be a nice way to just get 3 prize cards, which sounds very, very tempting. Now I'll draw cards with Shaman. We can open up another bench space with the Unknown. Ooh, and we got this double Superior Energy Retrieval. Okay, so that should, yeah, that means I have enough. If I discard 3 water energy, wow, I'm gonna get the turn 1 knockout. Now 6 plus 2, that's 8. Okay, my opponent would need a Field Blower and a DC to get the return KO here. But it's looking good. The decision we made on the first turn in order to discard the energy was actually a pretty good decision. Yeah, so then I only have 1 more, but that's okay, I believe. Maybe this is overdoing it though, but passing up on a turn 1 knockout is really difficult here. So yeah, there we go. Okay, so 6 total energy. Yeah, I guess I'll rush in and discard the Unknown first, just to draw an extra card. Maybe I should have done that first to see. Okay, I even get another energy. So I could have saved that second. Superior energy retrieval. So that might have been a slight mistake. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 120 plus the base 50. It should be enough. And then this extra water, I feel like I'm gonna keep in my hand for now. Should I keep it in my hand? I don't have a good follow-up to this. Yeah, I'll still just take the knockout here. So my opponent needs Field Blower, DC, Field Blower, DC, and Choice Band to take a knockout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oops, never mind. He only needs Trash Challenge actually. And he did have the Choice Band and the Field Blower. So all my opponent needs here is Trash Challenge Garb to take a revenge KO. Whoops. We spent too many item cards. Ultra Ball. Yeah, that's the one issue with this deck. Well, that's a big issue rather with this deck as well. You do end up using a ton of item cards and there's a victory. So not bad. Not bad for the first game. We got the turn 1 knockout on a huge Lele. If I had saved the Superior Energy Retrieval, we would have been in a slightly better position to recover from a return KO. But hey, my opponent just conceded immediately, so we take those, I guess. We take those. Now let's search for another opponent. Garbodor is of course a difficult matchup because it does punish the high item usage you need to get the combo out. But in a Zoroark heavy metagame where there's barely any Garb, this could maybe be a decent card. I mean, a decent deck to play. I mean, maybe even just for fun. Yeah. Maybe even just for fun. Okay, so I'm just taking note of the game that I just played, because otherwise I start procrastinating, taking all the notes, and my game log starts lagging behind. Okay, so Marcelo Mosca gets to go first. Once again, we have the potential for a turn 1 Archies. We already have the Archies, so we can potentially start the Lele. What we're looking for is a Battle Compressor. So I'm gonna start the Lele because of that. We rely heavily on the Trainer's Mail getting us the compressor, one of the 4 compressors. But if we do, we will get the turn 1 Blastoise once again. Ooh, but we're up against Gardevoir. That's gonna be a tough matchup for sure, because Gardevoir will very easily knock out our Pokemon. Okay, so Archie's Blastoise, and the matchup was against Garbodor. We don't know what we were up against. Probably Espeon Garbodor, right? Because of the fire typing. And then we won. And now we are Archie's Blastoise against Gardevoir. I would assume Gardevoir Gallade. Okay. So what did we top deck at Kuzma? Okay, so a lot relies on this Trainer's Mail. A lot. And we only get a Sycamore out of it. So now I don't think I'll grab the Sycamore. Oh, it's actually Gardevoir Sylveon, heavy Sylveon too. Okay, so let's Ultra Ball away these 2 cards, and let's grab a Keldeo, and then we shall attach energy to the Keldeo, and we will set up for 6 and work our way through that. Do you think Order Pad would be okay in this deck? Not a fan, because it's a flip. Like, I'm never a big fan of flipping cards. And wow, we actually just got the combo here. So I'll Ultra Ball away the Blastoise and the energy. I will grab Wishiwashi because Wishiwashi with the Fighting Fury Belt one-hit KOs the Guardy, which is really nice. And then, oh no, I can't. Okay, I'm gonna need to draw something that I can play off of the unknown. And, oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay. So I'll actually attach the Fighting Fury Belt to the Wishiwashi. And here comes the Blastoise. Turn 1 Blastoise 2 games in a row. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Okay. So can we get a knockout here? Okay, let's use Verbal Letter first. See what else we draw. Ooh, we get a Battle Compressor. That's actually really good. That actually means we get a turn 1 knockout here. Ooh, we should be ready for Sylveon GX's plea though. So we might end up using Archie's twice this game. But anyways, I will do Battle Compressor. I'll get rid of 1 Execute and then 2 Water Energy. And then I'll get back the Execute. Yep, that sounds good. And then preparing for a potential next turn preparing for a potential Plea GX. I do have to get rid of probably the Versus Seeker. We're just being super cautious here. Get the 3 energy back. I'll attach 1 to the Keldeo. And hello Ruben, hello Poly Collectors, Spamma Gambler. Okay, so we're gonna put 2 energy on the Keldeo and then 1 on the Wishiwashi to start getting it prepared. And then we will rush in and we once again take a turn 1 knockout, which is really, really cool here. Super aggressive deck. Now, we don't have a good draw follow-up to this. We did get rid of a ton of resources, but I was just trying to prepare for the worst case scenario, which is the Plea GX here. Oh, but my opponent won't choose to do that. So what I can do now is Ultra Ball for another Shaman or another Lele. And I could go after that Kirlia. Wow, Professor's Birch Observations. Why would you play that card? There's no way it's because of access of cards, because as we can see, my opponent's running full bling. So why would you run that? Why would you run that? I don't know, but it's fine, I guess. We shall make do. The Kirlia is the only threat here. I might just Ultra Ball for N, if we have it. If it's in there. Yeah, there's a magical ribbon. Really surprised my opponent chose not to get rid of my Blastoise. Really, really surprised. Okay, so we get another Ultra Ball. Feel like I definitely wanna try and just end my opponent. So I'll get rid of the Archies and the Executes. And then we get Lele for... Ooh, we don't have N, actually. We do not have N, so in that case, is Shaman better? We don't have Kuzma either. Oh, we discarded the N and the Kuzma. That's right. So I'm gonna grab Shaman. And hopefully we get a Versus Seeker off of this. And no, we do not. Okay, do I have enough to knock out the Sylveon? I could if I use Blue Surge GX, then my opponent did grab 3 cards right here. Would Guzma be one of them? Would Guzma be one of them? Because if I retreat, it costs me 2, then I will have 4 total energy. I feel like that seems okay. Not a big fan of using up my GX attack here, but I think I need to keep up the pressure. So I will execute Will Propagation here, and I will Ultra Ball. Oh, I didn't need to Ultra Ball. That was silly. Wow, that was very silly. Okay, now it's fine. I'll discard an energy because I can just get them back. I'll grab another execute. And then I will, okay, so it wasn't, there was a reason I did it. There was actually a reason I did it. Okay, so now I do double this, and then I get back the 3 energy that are in here. And then I deluge all 5 energy onto the Wishiwashi. Now the question is, do I leave any energy on the Wishiwashi? Because if I move all of them, there's no way Wishiwashi goes down. But I have Russian, I guess. Yeah, let's just Blue Surge here. We get the knockout, so much damage, and then I'll just move all the energy to the Keldeo. If I lose the Keldeo, that's fine, but there's really no better target to move them to. And 6 energy is 120. So we are at 170 damage right now. In order to KO the Guardy, we need 3 more energy. Which, off of this Verse Seeker, we can Sycamore. So losing these other cards will hurt, but we have a good shot here. Wishiwashi is actually good, yeah. When was the last time someone used Blue Surge GX against you? Or when was the last time you used Blue Surge GX? Okay. I guess this is Sylveon Gardevoir. Gardevoir Sylveon, rather. Gardevoir Sylveon. Okay. We see a Nilima. What? What? Okay. That was interesting. I've been just using all the bad supporters, honestly. Professor Spirch, Ilima. Okay, and my opponent just passes here. Ooh, this Battle Compressor top deck is really cool. Well, is it though? With Battle Compressor, we can get rid of 3 water energy, correct? And then we can potentially take a knockout with Lele by rushing in. If I rush in and my opponent has the Fairy Energy, our Keldeo just gets obliterated. There's no way I can place 5 energy on the Wishiwashi this turn though. So maybe I'll just have to be happy with Water Gun. Okay, ooh, there's also the last 3 energy in the deck. So 4 energy. I actually think I'm gonna attack with Shaman. So I will discard all the energy, but I definitely think attacking with Shaman is the right call here, just to free up a bench space. So we can free up a bench space. Okay, so I will rush in and then retreat into Shaman. Will deal some damage. Ooh, I didn't need to discard all the energy either. Ugh, that was silly. Could have saved myself an energy, like just left one in the deck. And then I will deluge just 1 energy. And I'll deal 40 damage because I can. And then I think I'm just gonna promote the Wishiwashi once again, because that's a really hard hold-on for my opponent to take down. And he obviously doesn't have the fairy energy, so he needs fairy and Kuzma. Foul play, Wishiwashi GX attack. There you go, Ojan lol. That works too. Okay, we see a Sycamore. Discarding a second Professor's Birch. What is this? Discarding a second Professor's Birch. So what happens? Do we see a Sylveon? I mean, if he went ahead, oof. If he powers up the Sylveon and uses Pleat GX this turn, I would definitely be in trouble if I lose my Blastoise, because my hand would be cluttered with energy. There would just be no way for me to recover from that, I don't think. Okay, so my opponent passes. We get a Float Stone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 energy, that's 180, plus base 50, that's 230 damage. So I'm gonna go all in on this play. I'm just gonna attach all the energy onto Keldeo. All the energy onto Keldeo. And I'm gonna set up for 6. Trying to hit that that Versus Seeker for Kuzma for the clean knockout on the Gardevoir. And no Versus Seeker. How many do we have left? There should be 3 Versus Seekers left. So Trainer's Mail, assuming 1 is prized, on average probably won't see it, but there we go. Perfect. Professor Birch is new meta. Indeed. Okay. So my opponent has dealt exactly 0 damage to us. Now we're just gonna outright knock out my opponent here, which is really, really cool. Knocking out a clean Gardevoir with a 9 energy Keldeo. And there's a Secret Sword. If my math didn't fail me, this is 240. Perfect. So now we're at 1 prize card. If we see Rare Candy, Cardi, Fairy, and an N, that could spell out trouble for us. But my opponent promotes the Eevee for whatever reason. So we should be good here. I believe we really should be good. Yeah. It worked out. I mean, the Trainer's Mail was also an out to the Verse Seeker, which is nice. And there's a victory. Awesome. Okay, so this deck just putting in the work. Haven't faced against any Zoroark decks, which is fair. So let's do one more Blastoise match, because I generally enjoy using the deck. I generally enjoy using the deck. And then it's up to you guys to decide what you want to see afterwards. Do you want to see Shocklock? Do you want to see Sylveon? Do you want to see the Garbodor Toolbox deck? It's completely up to you guys what you want to see. You should have scooped when you saw the Birch. It was too good. Indeed, I was definitely very intimidated by the Professor Birch from my opponent. No, but seriously, there's obviously a lot better options, and I mean, I don't know why my opponent was using those cards. I would have to assume, like, just based off of him having a ton of other supporters, there's no way it was because of lack of cards, right? So who knows. But yeah, things are looking good here, guys. We're gonna mulligan. We're going second yet again, although we've managed turn 1 knockouts every time we've gone second. Our hand definitely doesn't allow for a great turn 1 Archie's Blastoise. Losing the 2 superior energy trials could be very detrimental. And hello Joe bro, thanks so much for being here. Everything's going good, thank you. How about yourself? Zoroark eggs or Buzz Carping Guard, Ojan lol. Those are not options. Ooh, red card. Those are not options for today. Those are not options for today. Ooh, we actually get the turn 1 Blastoise thanks to my opponent's red card, which is really cool. The options are Shocklock, Carver Toolbox, and Sylveon. Okay, the Verse Seeker just ruined my chances of getting the Blastoise here. Okay, so let's do this, and let's get rid of the Blastoise and execute, and what else? Probably the other execute. No, not really. Just because I played Zoroark eggs yesterday, like not 4 eggs, but just 2. The list had 1 in Dallas, pretty much. And I also played Buzzle Carbink. Not with Garbodor, I played it with... Lycanroc, like Andrew Mahone got for 9th place, so it would be like repeating a lot. Yeah. Okay. So we're not gonna get the turn 1. We're not gonna get the turn 1 Archies here, which is a big deal because we might just be under item lock next turn. So I'm gonna Compressor. Get rid of 1 energy. We were so close though. We were so close. Like I might be able to get it next turn, depending on what I top deck. I think I'm just gonna discard the water actually, and then I can Superior Energy Retrieval. No, I think I won't end for sure. I could just Sycamore here. I'm not entirely sure what the best play here is. I think I just don't get anything and then hope I top deck something that's not an energy or a supporter. I'll get the energy back. So next turn I can attach an energy and play the Archies. And I also put the Seismitoad to sleep, which is good. Never mind, it's not asleep. Never mind. Okay, which variant do you think is best with Zoroark in your opinion? I think straight Zoroark is the best variant. I've tried with Lycanroc. I played Lycanroc twice. I tried Weavile, I tried many variants, and I do believe straightforward Zoroark with Mog is just the best version out there. Okay, so we see a retreat, but my opponent doesn't get... My opponent just doesn't get the card he needs. We also don't either. So we have to chill inside here. And Zoroark once again wakes up. We need to top deck a Pokemon or a tool card or an item card that we can play. Definitely not energy though. So that we can Archies into a Blastoise. There we see a trade. Hopefully Articuno gets to survive. There we see a Battle Compressor. We're gonna see another trade for my opponent. Top deck Keldeo, that's the idea. That is the idea. Top decking Keldeo would be nice. Top decking Wishiwashi would be nicer, I think. Top decking Computer Search would be nice. Top decking Ultra Ball would be nice. We have a lot of good top decks. We don't want to top deck Sycamore. We don't want to top deck N. We don't want to top deck Energy. There's another Execute. There's an Ultra Ball. So using a ton of resources. Sets up another Zorua. And we're seeing just more Propagation Trade and Propagation Ultra Balls and things like that. Yep, another Ultra Ball, that's fine. There's the Shaman. There's a Skyfield even. Okay. So this is probably the straightforward Zoroark deck that you guys wanted to see. We did use this yesterday, and the video is already up on YouTube if you want to check it out. Sudowoodo is very annoying. We're gonna see a cold rest for a ton of cards. My opponent desperately looking for a TCE here. Desperately looking for a TCE. And there it is. So there's gonna be the first knockout. This is a deck that made day 2 at Dallas, but I don't see how it has a good Zork matchup. Miss Mila, hello, thanks so much for being here. And Bottling Corgis, what do you think of Gyarados? I think Gyarados will always be a decent option in the meta. It's just, it gets like collateral damaged by the fact that the Sudowoodo is annoying. Sudowoodo is annoying to play around with, and like to play around with Gyarados because every bench space is crucial, and then Oricorio as well can be very annoying. Oricorio can be very annoying to play against, so it suffers collateral damage from natural counters to other stronger decks. But a non-GX that has one hit KO potential will always be a strong choice for sure. It will always be a strong choice. Okay, so my opponent has this game basically under lock. Even if we get the Blastoise out, even if we get a one-hit KO with Wishiwashi, we will need a Wishiwashi with a Fighting Fury Belt to even have a chance at surviving a hit. And then my opponent probably wants to find a Kuzma to not have to deal with the Execute knockout here. Yeah, I'm very excited for regionals. I was very sad that I had to miss Collinsville 2 weekends ago, so I'm really looking forward to Costa Mesa. Coincidentally, my last name is Mesa, so it's like I have to win the tournament. And my girlfriend did not appreciate that comment. And I don't know, I love competing, so I'm very eager to get back into competing. Okay, maybe there's a universe where we can deck my opponent out. Probably not. He's really going out, like all out with the top decks. Ooh, the Alolan Mach is gonna be annoying to deal with. And we're gonna see a Hex. So even if we set up the Blastoise, we won't even be able to use our ability immediately. And now if we top deck something like an Ultra Ball, we won't be able to set up the Blastoise once again. So we need to top deck a Pokemon 100%. Or a tool card. Okay, the tool card works. The energy can go here, and then we get the Blastoise out, but we are in a world of trouble. Okay, the stadium kind of helps. The unknown actually is decent, but if my opponent just chain hexes every turn, we will not have a chance here. We will definitely not have a chance. So I'll just retreat into the unknown and see if my opponent... I mean, he could also just get rid of the Blastoise with Guzma. That also works. So we'll have to see what approach my opponent decides to go with. We immediately see a Verseeker for Hex, which makes sense. Definitely makes sense. That's the third Verseeker, but we have seen 0 Puzzle of Time being played. Well, just one actually. And there's the Hex. No more trading by my opponent. No more trading. Would N help us in any way, shape, or form? Probably not. The best we can do is set up... the best we can hope for is to set up a Keldeo here. I guess I'll discard the N. And then I think just those two. But yeah, my opponent very smartly just doing what needs to be done here. So I'll bench the Shaman. I'll use Archies again. I could end, but I'll just get the Keldeo out and draw 5 cards. I mean, he has quadruple trade, so actually Articuno doesn't sound terrible, because maybe with the sleep flips we can do something, like force my opponent to play Kuzma instead, which could be decent if he stays asleep. He hasn't stayed asleep for the 3rd turn in a row. 120, so he's not forced to do anything other than Hex. And hello Atre, thanks so much for being here. Win for your namesake indeed. The puns are always appreciated. I'm glad. Not by everyone, but I'm glad they are appreciated. I'm joking. And there we see Risky Stretcher putting 3 cards back into the deck. We're going to see another Verse Seeker, the last Verse Seeker for Hex. Yep. The thing is, with the 2 Shamans being there, all my opponent needs to do is just Kuzma next turn. And that will be the end for us. So not getting the turn 1 Blastoise was really, really detrimental, especially because my opponent was, or got that super slow start. So let's go ahead and do this. And let's grab the Articuno. Oh, I should have kept the water. Let's grab the Unknown then. And I mean, my opponent will just Kuzma and win that way. There's no way he does it any other way. Or he will double puzzle, take a knockout, and play the Hex once again. And yeah, my opponent literally has access to all the cards in his deck. So yeah, not much we can do there. He says well played, fair enough. We made him go through the motions. There's the Kuzma onto a Shaman, promotes the Floatstone, retreats, and beats us. So yeah, not the best game for us, but that's the difference between the turn 1 Blastoise and not getting the turn 1 Blastoise. Especially in this current format where Zor can just deal any amount of damage at once, and there's a ton of Hex being played, red cards as well. So yeah, complicated game for sure. So yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps out the channel. Huge shout out to Tabletop Village and Sacker Scoop for sponsoring the channel, as well as Ultimate Guard and you guys, of course. If you're watching live on Twitch, don't go anywhere. We're gonna be playing either Garbiter Toolbox, Shocklock, or Sylveon, whichever deck you guys vote for in the chat right now. But I'll be right back, okay guys? So if you're live here on Twitch, don't go anywhere.